Hi, my name is Mara Linsky-Deegan, and I'm the Associate Curator and Registrar here at the Charles H. MacNider Art Museum in Mesa City, Iowa. And today we're going to be talking about the artist Isabel Bishop. Isabel Bishop was born in 1902 in Cincinnati, Ohio. So in 1917, Isabel Bishop went to the Wicker School of Fine Arts in Detroit, Michigan. And in 1918, she moved to New York City and went to the School of Applied Design for Women to get her arts degree. In the 1920s, she actually transferred to the Art Students League in New York and was a student there. And then here is a kind of an interesting fact about Isabel Bishop. In 1936 to 1937, she was the only full-time female art faculty at the Art Students League. So in the 1930s, Isabel Bishop decided, I think I want to become a professional illustrator. I'll take commissions and I'll work out of a studio. So she went and got a studio in Union Square in New York City. And she was thinking, this is going to be great. And then as she got in there, she started looking out the windows of her studio and found that she loved to look out at all the people down below and see what they were doing. Just the everyday people in the city, walking around, going about their lives. And she decided, you know what? I don't think I'm going to take commissions or be an illustrator. I think I want to create my own artwork. And I want to create artwork that I want to see. I want to create artwork that shows everyday people. So she would look out her window to get inspiration and then create her pieces. Another kind of cool thing about Isabel Bishop, like a lot of artists, she didn't just stick to one media, which means she didn't just paint and she didn't just draw, or she wasn't just a printmaker. She did all of these things, and she really enjoyed the way that different things like pencil and some of the art printing medium, like we have here, and painting, how they all looked different but the same. Bishop was associated with a group of artists called the 14th Street School. And when we're talking about a school, it wasn't an actual school like with a building and teachers and things. It just meant a group of artists that all did stuff that kind of looked similar. And what the 14th Street School did was they created pieces that are now called social realistic pieces. And what social realism was showing the world as it actually is and not making it look the way you think it should look. What I mean by that is you don't want to make it look idealized and really, really cool when maybe it wasn't so cool. So this was very different from the popular art forms at the time in the 1930s and 1940s. What was really popular in the United States was regionalism. And one of the big artists that was part of regionalism was Grant Wood. Some of you guys may have heard of Grant Wood. And there were some other too, like Thomas Hart Benton, who would paint or create artworks that showed really idealized farm scenes of people having a great time farming, being one with the animals, really getting a lot of crops, just really happy, pleasant scenes. Now, the social realism folks, the artists, wanted to show people in the cities, people that they could see out their windows, and maybe not such idealized things. Like sometimes they would show people who were homeless or who had jobs that were really hard, like being a street sweeper or a garbage collector or something like that. That wasn't a glamorous job, but it was something that needed to be done, and they wanted to show people as they really were. So social realist artists saw Isabel Bishop's work, and what they really liked about it was two things. One, that she really did just create artwork from what she saw looking out her studio windows and going to and from her home. And that's what she created, which is something that they really championed. And the other thing that really drew the social realist group into Isabel Bishop was her figure drawing. They just thought it was so amazing how she could show so much emotion and stuff with a kind of a quick sketch sometimes. And so they really thought that was cool. And they wanted her to be associated with their movement. All right, the museum has 8 small etchings on paper in our collection by Isabel Bishop. We have currently 2 that are on display. One is called Office Girls, and one is called Snack Bar. And these two really show that sketchy quality I was talking about when you look at her work. And you can also see that these are people, the subject matter are people that are just going about their daily lives. We don't know exactly where they work, but you can see somebody like this maybe on your way to work or school every day.